Welcome. This is a men's channel with men content. I am your host, Jeremy Hill, the gentleman who has gone rogue. Now let's go ahead and get into the subject matter, ladies and gentlemen. Modern women, black women in particular, in my most humble opinion, black women are nothing more but scheming users of good men. Now let me explain why I said what I just said. Many of us have heard of the word simp. The word simp has other aliases such as a trick, a beta male provider, or just a guy who is coochie whipped. The word simp usually is attached to a man who is weak. But there are two categories of simps. I don't look at every simp as the same. I put them in two categories. The first category is a lame simp. The other one is a sucker simp. Let me explain to you what that means. A lame simp is someone who uses all of his money and all of his considerable resources just to keep a woman engaging with him, just to keep a woman interacting with him, just to keep a woman in his life. Even if he knows the woman don't really like him, he loves her or likes her so much that he got to do whatever he think he needs to do to keep her around. Even if that means buying her car, paying her rent, paying for light bills, paying to get her nails and toes did, just to keep this woman in my life, okay? That's the lame simp. Now, the sucker simp is nothing more but a misguided good man. You see, this particular type of simp is the guy that genuinely cares for the woman. He's not using his money or considerable resources to keep the woman. He really uses these things to keep her happy. He wants to protect her. He wants to love her. He wants her to see him in the same way that he sees her, because this is the guy who will take care of another man's kid. He really loves this woman. And when you are the sucker simp, scheming, using women will take advantage of that good giving nature that you have. If you are a giving person, a good person, a person that will give someone the shirt off your back, these women will flock to these type of men to use them, to abuse them, not to love them. And that's the sucker simp. Now, let's get into the actions of the simp. Again, they buy everything the woman wants. They provide a lifestyle for that woman. But a simp places his woman emotional and mental state of being over his own. A simp will put his woman plans and priorities over his own. A simp, even though he knows that the woman don't care about him, will do anything and sacrifice anything to have a woman. You see, a man can be extremely successful. He can make over $100,000 a year, have a $500,000 home, have 2 cars, a yacht, and a swimming pool. And he is extremely successful by those standards. But if his woman does not give him the validation that he seeks, he will feel unsuccessful. He only feels successful when he has pleased this woman. You see, we finna get into the simp mentality. We all know about the actions of a simp, but we never look into what forms the simp, what makes the simp become a simp. And you're going to be blown away by what I'm about to say. A simp is nothing more but a man who is struggling with codependency. A simp depends on his woman to validate him. A simp depends on his woman to give him approval. Even when he is a man, if the woman makes him feel otherwise, then he don't feel as if he is a man. He leans on a woman. He needs her to give him peace of mind. He needs her to give him affirmation. He needs her. That's a codependent man. That's all simps are. From the lame simp to the sucker pimp, it's just a man who is struggling with codependency. He doesn't have enough self-esteem to live his life on his own. You never thought about that before, have you? It's just a man who is struggling. Somewhere along the line, he became this. And let me tell you where it came from. Childhood. A lot of times men are raised by single mothers. And sometimes these single mothers are toxic women. And sometimes these women are abusive physically and verbally. And you'll find that son trying his best to get the approval and the love of his mother. So he do all types of outrageous things, even if it's negative, anything to get some type of attention from mommy. Anything. This is where he learns how to be a simp. This is where he becomes a simp, because he starts to believe that if I do X, Y, and Z, this mother, this woman will approve of me. This woman will validate me. This woman will love me only if I put her on the pedestal. This is why you see men behaving like this today, because most likely they were raised by a single mother or was around other women as he was growing up and listened to these women and have taken on a type of effeminate nature, meaning that he sees the world through a woman's eyes. A woman would tell her son, treat a woman this way. A woman would tell her son to be chivalrous and all this other stuff. In other words, put that woman first. Like Jaheim, you got to put that woman first. All that stuff. And he believes that. And it becomes a part of his nature. It becomes all the way from being a young kid all through his teenage years. He'll start dating girls in teenage years and in high school. And you'll see the simping then. He'll take her out to eat, buy her roses, all this other stuff like that, just so she won't be mad at him. A simp would buy flowers and buy candy and buy jewelry just so that his woman won't be mad at him. If he made a mistake and pissed her off, he goes into a panic. If she gets away from him, he goes to separation anxiety. And what he does, he go buy this, he'll buy this. He always finds himself trying to prove himself to a woman. If you feel that you have to prove yourself to a woman, you are suffering from codependency. You are walking down the road of a simp and don't even know it. A lot of men don't know that they are only simping because they have a codependency on a bad woman who ain't shit. See, you're going to continuously try to prove yourself to the woman. You'll climb mountains, jump through hoops. You'll take her disrespect just as long as you can keep her. Let me tell you how a simp think. All right, if a woman disrespects me, as long as she's still here, she still approves of me. Yeah, I'm taking this belittling word, she putting me down. But if she's still here, it must mean that I mean something to her. That I must mean something, that I am something. You see what I'm talking about? He is depending on her for validation and approval. See, a lot of men don't understand. They come across as masculine. But if you fight a man over your girl because you caught your girl cheating with that man, you're a simp. You're being feminine. You don't attack him because he didn't make her. He didn't take her, he didn't make her. Do what she did. You understand? But let's get back into the story. How do masculine men talk like a simp and don't even know it? See, there's something that I call beta male girly talk. Beta male girly talk. And I'm going to give you an example of it. One good example of beta male girly talk is when a man says, I need a woman that's going to bring me peace of mind. Man, look here. Peace comes from within. Peace comes from you being successful in achievements. It builds your confidence when you go from one level to another level to another level in your life as a man. As you get older, you achieve more if you are really trying to be a better version of yourself. And if you are ambitious and competitive, you will never be the same. Every 2 or 3 years, you're going to see progress anyway because you're striving to be better. Your peace of mind should come from the fact that you are competent. You're competent. You know how to get things done. If you set your mind out, you set a goal, and you go out and accomplish that goal, your peace should come from within. It should never come from a woman or a man. And if you think that a woman has to bring you peace of mind, then you're weak-minded. Again, that is an example of codependency. When you are leaning on a woman to give you peace. Most of these women bring you hell. Most of these women have their own problems coming into the relationship. And sometimes you don't even know how much baggage they have until months later in the relationship. And you'll find out that they take away more peace than they give peace. You understand? When men say stuff like that, that is beta male girly talk, man. Another example of beta male girly talk. When you hear men say stuff, every king needs his queen. Name one king in history, historically, that needed a queen. Even in the Bible, kings had concubines. They had many women. They had many wives. But he didn't need not one of them. That's a mentality of enslavement. I need a queen. What do you need a woman for? Other than for sexual satisfaction. My words coming out. Sexual gratification. Excuse me, y'all. I don't know what's going on. And to reproduce. Because if you cook and you clean, because today modern women is making men where they have to. Because women don't want to cook and clean anymore. So now if you're a man who cooks and clean, what do you need her for? Other than for sex. And really, you can use your hand. But we all prefer the real thing. I get it. But what do you need a woman by your side for? Why do you need a shorty riding shotgun? How did that build your empire? Your empire should already be built by the time she comes into it. See, most time women get in a relationship with men who already have more than them when they are successful. Most time a woman is nothing more but a liability, especially if she has another man's child or other men's children. Because now, if you get a woman, it takes away from your time of trying to do other things, because you got to spend some time with your lady. You got to do things, even when you have a woman who is understanding and knows that you have to go out and handle your business, you still got to spend time on her. And every hour that you put on that woman could have been an hour that could have probably got you to 3 or 4 steps closer to your dream. So, I mean, it's good to have a woman. But when men say every king needs his queen, no, you don't. You don't need nobody. That's that beta male girly talk. I'm telling you. I need a woman that bring me peace of mind. You sound pathetic, bro. You don't need that. That realness comes from within yourself, man. From inside. As you can tell, I'm freestyling this today. I'm messing up a whole lot. But yeah, it comes from within, brother. No disrespect to the ladies, you know what I mean? You have your place and your position as well. But the men, you need to understand, you don't need no woman, bro. You don't need them. They need us. Even though they say they don't, they need us. But we don't need them. Well, anyway, if you see something in this that blew your mind or you like or agree, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe and share this with other people. I do appreciate it. Until later, I'll see you later. You hear?